Hi everybody. I recently did a post about limerence, and limerence is a term that has come back into favor. It's from a 1979 book called On Love and Limerence by Dorothy Tenup. And basically what limerence is it's the infatuation stage. So people stay in limerence when uncertainty has not been resolved about the relationship, which is why it frequently goes away after marriage. And you guys could ask whatever questions you want on this topic. But my new post talks about how limerence is pretty much the same as preoccupied attachment. And you could read that on drpsychmom.com. It's the newest post. So if you never feel that the uncertainty resolves itself, and please do send likes if you're watching. Please send likes. That helps me, and follows. I'm trying to get to 5,000. But if you never feel secure in your relationship and your uncertainty never goes away, then you can stay in this limerence stage where you have these obsessional thoughts about your love object. Thank you for the likes. So a lot of people wonder why they are still in this obsessional state with their partner after so long, and they think that maybe they're just like really meant to be with this person. It's mostly because this person isn't giving you back what you need to feel secure. So as soon as they do, then people go out of limerence. You could then go into a deeper stage of attachment-based love, but you're not going to have that obsessional thing going on, because that obsession, that limerence stage, thrives in the absence of certainty. So as soon as your love is requited, then it's very euphoric, and but it doesn't go into that deeper attachment, like secure attachment stage. So the point here is that if you feel like this obsession with like a partner of many years, but you never really know if they love you back, then you're probably still in a limerence stage. But after a while, you have to ask yourself why you would really be staying in a situation where you don't feel like somebody loves you back. Like there are good parts of feeling like you have an infatuated crush on somebody, but you also do want to feel that back. And if your self-esteem is low, then you may not feel like you deserve to have that back. You may not feel like you deserve the person to be limerent about you also, but you do, and so there's a lot of people who have a honeymoon stage where they're both limerent about each other. And please do send likes if you're watching. You feel limerent, they feel limerent back, but then, you get together on it and you like start a relationship where it's equal and where you're both secure. And then you can kind of not be like super obsessed with the person. When people are in a limerent stage, it's like they feel like they can't eat, they can't sleep, they're obsessed person. If you're feeling like that in a long-term relationship without ever being sure if they're really into you, that's really hard, that leads to feelings of insecurity and low self-esteem, and it was likely caused by feelings of insecurity and low self-esteem that would get you, for the first place, into a relationship where somebody is not giving as good as they're getting. I get a lot of guys like this, and I get a lot of women like this, where they're always the supplicant in the relationship. Thank you. I hit 100 likes. Please do send more, and please do follow if you're watching. Then you get told when I do these lives on your phone. But, this is a classic pursuer-distancer relationship where there's a preoccupied attachment partner, and then there's an avoidant attachment partner, and one pursues the other endlessly. And that is not a good place to be in. It doesn't feel happy. It doesn't feel like you're ever really going to get your needs met. And the worse of an upbringing you had in terms of getting your needs met, then the likelier you are to be drawn to this kind of dynamic where nobody wants to meet your needs, and where it's more like you're always chasing them, If you're in that situation, thank you for the likes and the follows. If you're in that situation where somebody's like always making you feel less than, then you have to think about why you are in that relationship where you never get to be the pursued object. Some people, this is sexual. They never get to be pursued sexually. Some people, it's emotionally. Most often, it's everything. Like if a partner doesn't pursue, then they just don't pursue. They don't pursue in bed. They don't pursue out of bed. They don't pursue emotionally. They don't pursue for a hug. They don't really ask you to hang out. You're like always the one that's looking up and to them and asking them and putting them on on a pedestal. This is not a good, healthy situation long term. So, I mean, that is what it is. And therapy can help, you figure out why you stay in a relationship for so long with somebody who doesn't really meet your needs. And this is a situation that a lot of my clients are in, and if you saw this dynamic growing up between parents, like where one was always kind of chasing the other for attention and never really getting it, then it's going to be very familiar to you. You don't want to replicate it, but subconsciously you do replicate it. So that is what I feel about limerence. If anybody has any questions, I could stay to answer some questions on limerence or attachment or relationships in general. So anybody have any questions, you could type them below. No questions on limerence, no questions on relationships. If you guys like following me, thank you for the likes, then you'll probably like my podcast, The Dr. Psych Mom Show, on Apple and Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts. There are all my free episodes. I have over 300 free episodes and over 100 paid episodes. So it's really just me talking about various relationship issues and sex issues and psychology issues, some parenting stuff. So yeah, you would probably like that as well. All right, guys, have a great Tuesday. We're not even at Wednesday yet, so good luck getting to Wednesday and the next weekend. Oh, wow. One question. Is it okay to be independent emotionally and also be in a relationship that lacks attention? I mean, it's do you mean both of you are avoidant attachment? Because usually that doesn't happen. Sometimes it does, where there's two avoidant people who are hyper independent and they really are just, they just hang out together kind of sometimes, but they basically have parallel lives. If that's something that you want and you're in it, then sure. But if you're the one who's always kind of wanting more from them, then that's not going to get better after the honeymoon stage. That's just going to get worse. Good morning, David. So if you... and there's also different stages. So you may be at a time before kids and it feels, if you want more attention, that's not going to get better. After many more years, marriage, kids, 2 jobs, I mean, it just doesn't get better. It gets worse. A lot of the guys that I work with say, it was a red flag. She was never, super invested. She wanted to get married. She wanted to have kids. And I'm assuming that you're a man just statistically because most of the people who follow me on TikTok are men. So if this is wrong, then just switch the genders. But I have never met anybody in couples counseling in the pursue or distance or relationship. All right, yeah, you are. So if you're always running after her and you're always trying to have to get her attention, how's it going to go after children? I'll tell you how it's going to go. You're not going to get kicked me off. But maybe you're still here, maybe you're not still here. But if you still do want more attention than you're getting, and it's the early stage, and it's the early stages of your relationship, it's not going to get better. And I assume you're not married. I just assume this. I assume you're 27 or something like that. Is that right? Tell me. Let's see if I'm a psychic. 27 to 33. But you're married with kids. Well, man, then you already know how it is. It's not getting better from here. If you have a specifically, and you can look back and you could be like, man, it was always like this. Even from when we were dating, I was kind of always pursuing her. Yeah, she was more into me, of course. She didn't have children yet. But yeah, so you're in a pursue or distance or relationship and you could be as independent as you want. But I mean, you're at a stage with 2 kids, so I'm just not sure if it's supposed to be better. Is something kind of most people don't really want to think about excessively if you want to keep the marriage together. But what you can do is you can try to plan dates, be more romantic. You could try couples counseling to get out ahead of any particular problems, medication for anhedonia. Anhedonia is a symptom of depression, so you can go get assessed for depression, and then there are plenty of medications for depression. But anyway, back to muy bueno. muy bueno. I don't know if it's supposed to be muy more bueno than it is in your marriage, but it's possible. And what you need to do is go on my podcast, the Dr. Psych Mom Show, and look at all the stuff. I have literally 10 ways for men to be more romantic. Try some of those. Listen. What you really need to write down right now is my podcast on avoidant wives, and see if that resonates with you. Remember, the Dr. Psych Mom Show, avoidant wives. I think that's one of the free ones. If it's not, it's really only $6 and it would be worth your time. All right, I will talk to y'all soon. I'm glad that some of you asked at the end questions, and please do follow me. I'm trying to get up to 5,000 followers, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.